Hi everyone, I'm back. So this is grammar session 1. You'll see the worksheet, which should be attached in your folder for week 4, and it will have full information with definitions, things you can study because this will be on your quiz. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. Okay, so the first thing, we've heard of these things many times, but what are they and how can we fix them in our essays, right? Because we're revising and editing our essays now. So this is where this is going to be really important. A run-on sentence is when two or more independent clauses, okay, which should be their own sentences, are not connected properly. Okay, so it could either be through improper punctuation, maybe they should be separated as separate sentences, maybe you needed a semicolon, any number of things, but they're improperly connected. So two or more independent clauses that are not properly connected. All right, so how do you fix it? 1, separate into 2 or more sentences, right? So that's fairly simple. So you just need a period, then you need to start the next sentence with its own subject and make sure that it's clear, and you're all set. Another way to fix a run-on would be to add a comma and a coordinating conjunction. Now you're probably saying, what is a coordinating conjunction? So I will be getting to that. What are coordinating conjunctions? Okay, so if you look at the term, what does it mean to coordinate something? Think about it for a minute. What's the first word that comes to your mind? Coordinate. For me, bring together, right? Join. And conjunction, also joining together. So all these words together, what they mean is it's a short word, okay? It's a word that helps to connect ideas. So that's what a coordinating conjunction is. Now there are 7. There are no more than 7. So once you have these memorized, you're all set. Okay, and they are and, but, or, nor, for, so, and yet. That's the 7. So, and, we know, right, joins together 2 ideas. It's the most neutral of all the terms because it doesn't have any embedded meaning in it. But, okay, indicates that a turning point, right? So you could say, I was going to go for a walk today, but it started raining, right? So that's like a turning point in something. Or, right, we hear either or, we understand that, right? I was going to have tuna or chicken, okay? Nor, okay, that's neither nor, right? So I was neither excited nor disappointed, okay, that my class was canceled, all right? So neither nor, so it's either or and neither nor. For, this is not the kind of for that you might think. This is not like for example, because you can start a sentence with for example, and that would be fine. But in this case, when it's a coordinating conjunction and it's joining things together, it's a little bit old-fashioned because you might hear this term more like in maybe Shakespearean times, Elizabethan times. It might be something like, I was really happy when I met her, for she was a very kind woman. Okay, you might hear it like that. And what does it mean there? Because, right? It's like a shortened version of because. Then we have so. Okay, so think about where you use so. Not when you say so what, right? Not like that. In this case, it would be like saying, my cats were running around, so I decided to give them treats to calm them down, right? So what does it mean there? My cats were running around, so I decided to give them treats to calm them down. Because of, right? Because of what they were doing, I decided to do that. And then we have yet. Now, I like to say that yet is the cousin of the word however, right? And it also signifies a change, okay? A change in course of something. So you might say, the article was very well written, yet I don't quite remember its thesis. And hopefully that's not you. Okay, but anyway, however is not a coordinating conjunction. And I'm starring this, and I'm circling this, and I'm letting you know this is on your quiz, okay? However is not a coordinating conjunction, which means you cannot use it in place of yet or but in a sentence. So we can't have a sentence that says, the article was very well written, comma, however, I don't remember its thesis. You cannot do that. You would have to put a period and start a separate sentence with however. However would begin the sentence by itself. Okay? So it cannot be used as one of these. All right. Now, back to here. So we're fixing a run-on, right? We discussed option 1, right? Separating sentences. Option 2, we're going to add a comma and a coordinating conjunction to join them together. We know what they are now, right? And 3 is kind of simple, kind of straightforward, but add a semicolon. So do we know what a semicolon is? It looks like a colon, but it has that little comma thing at the bottom. What it does is it joins together two independent clauses that are very closely related that you otherwise wouldn't want to separate. So if that makes sense. Don't use them everywhere. I used to have a student who, used semicolon everywhere, semicolon everywhere. They're not like sprinkles, right? We don't just sprinkle them on a page. We use them when they're needed, and I can let you know if I think you need one. Now, sentence fragments, right? So we figured out run-ons. Now, sentence fragments are actually the complete opposite of run-on sentences. So a sentence fragment is an incomplete sentence that is missing either a subject, a verb, or both. That's what a sentence fragment is. Okay, so how do you fix it? Well, you add a subject, verb, or both, depending on what's needed, and that would solve the problem easily. Or you could add to a nearby sentence using a comma and coordinating conjunction. I'm just going to put CC, but you know what I mean. Or, lastly, add to a nearby sentence with a semicolon. So they're the same type of things going on here, right? So you could see the solutions are very similar. They're just the inverse of each other. So that's really it for our first grammar session. So I hope that you can understand and absorb this. I'm going to post the exercises. If you didn't see them yet, I will make sure they're reposted again tomorrow, just for you to go over to remember how to do all these things, because this information will be on your quiz. So I just want to make sure we're clear. But even more importantly, I want to make sure that you're able to use this to help revise and edit your essays. Okay, so I will get those essays back to you as soon as possible. I am extending the deadline of the essays. I'm going to send an announcement of this, of the final draft, because you're not getting back the essay 1 draft the way that you were supposed to initially. You would have had them back by today, or my original plan was. So my plan now, because of everything going on, is to just extend the deadline. I'll give them back to you. I would say by Sunday you should have them back from me, and then rather than having them due Monday at midnight, I'm going to extend it all the way until Friday at midnight. So that gives you guys plenty of time to do that. Okay? So if you have questions, post them for me, and have a good night.